Hey everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. Tonight we're going to be working some more in our Vintage Paris journal. So y'all come in and say hi, let me know you're here. We are live on Facebook. If you're watching this at a later time, we are a replay. And if it's on YouTube, it's definitely a replay. Try to find you guys so I can see the chat. Hey Dawn, thanks for letting me know right away. Okay. All right, I got that up. So we're working in our vintage journal some more. I'm going to do those little paper flowers I promised. They didn't get to the tea bag ones. All right, so that's what we're going to do tonight, and possibly some other stuff. We'll see. So let's see how many people I got in here. I think 3. I'll probably just go ahead and say that again. It's trying to reconnect. I will probably go ahead and pull up the camera so that we can get started on this. It's like my phone is doing weird things over there. All right, 1 second. Okay, are we straight? Not quite. Let's think about there. That should be good. All right. Whew. Tired today. I didn't get much sleep. Stayed up late for getting Dave off to work this morning. Well, I stayed up early late till like 6 a.m. And then I had a doctor's appointment, so I had to get up earlier than normal. I was like, now it's hitting me. Okay, so Wednesday, we did these little center doily pockets, and tonight we'll make some tags for them. I want to use this, so I might do something to it, but I wanted to show you what I did because I changed it just a little bit. So I was having issues. One of these I didn't glue. I'm going to figure out which one it was. Okay, not that one. This one. Okay. So I was having issues with whatever I was putting in the pocket getting snagged on all the little holes. And that just wasn't going to work for me. So I just inserted a piece of tracing paper. Okay, so I just took a piece of tracing paper, cut it to the right size, and just inserted it in here. Pull it from this side. You could probably get away without gluing it. I do glue mine, but you don't even have to glue it, but it's just enough, because what was happening is if I tried to put anything in this pocket, it was just snagging on all those little holes, and it was just not working. So with having just a simple piece of tracing paper in there, it makes it go in smoothly. Okay, and it doesn't really hide anything because it's see-through. So I think that's the perfect fix for that issue. So I did that on all of them, and I'll show you. I'm going to glue this down. I don't think you have to glue. It's going to be sewed in, so in reality, once it's sewed in, that's not going anywhere. The only thing I was thinking is if I didn't glue it down right here, that you might try to keep using this part of the pocket and it being a pain. So I'm going to glue it just so that it's real obvious that that's not the part. So all I did was just put glue only on just this outside edge, just where the lace is there. So it takes just a tiny bit of glue. Make sure your tracing paper is where you want it to start with, and mine is fine. And then just a little bit, and only up to where the tracing paper is. And then just glue that down. And that'll just hold to the tracing paper. You won't see it at all, the glue or anything. But yeah, it definitely helped a lot. I was fighting with the pockets and I was like, okay, this is just not working. I don't know what other people have done. I got my tracing paper folders. But this seems to work well. Hold on, I'm having technical issues here. Tweezers. I don't know. I got one on one side and one on the other side, and it wasn't right there. So just make sure that you don't glue your doily down. I got a little too far up there. I'm going to put some powder on it because it's just a fraction too high. I'm just going to powder that real quick, just so it doesn't stick. Try to do better on this side. But just by gluing it just to the surface of that, then you don't try to use that front part and cause problems. And then our tag will go in much, much easier. So much better. Who all said hi? Hey, Dorothy. All right, so let's do this one. Trying to remember to not go past the tracing paper so I don't have any issues there. It's easy to forget. Okay, so now we've got that. And I think that will work much better. I did that on all three of them. I already did the other two so that you wouldn't have to watch me do all three. But I did want to show you. I mentioned it in the comments of the post, but I didn't want to not show you. So we're going to pick some things for these pockets. I found these woven tags I had done. They haven't been backed or anything, but the colors are good. So I'm thinking I'm going to decorate these up and use them in this one because the colors work well. Got bent. Once I glue it to a more stable surface, it'll be fine, or at least put a backing on it. It's a little flimsy right now. It's just thin scrapbook paper. All right, so there's that one. Where's the others? And then I did this one, so you can see the tracing paper's there. And I'd have to pick out something else for that side. I didn't pick out anything. And then I did this one. And this one I have that paper, and I put it on a little piece of haberdashery. It's a piece of the haberdashery collection. It's just got a little bit of a border on it, but I thought that worked well. And that's that other paper that I was looking at last time, and it was that one there, which was, ooh, what is that from? Is it Kirby? It might be Kirby. I don't know, but it's pretty. And I had this. This is something I made a long time ago. It's a napkin that I decoupaged on there. I have this one. So one of these, I think, one of these, I don't know which one, maybe both, we'll see. But both colors work well, so I tried to grab a few things that I thought might work in the pockets. Hey, Deb. Okay, so we're going to work on our flowers first, and then we'll come back to this. So I don't want to not get my flowers done. So you just need some round tea bags, or just tea bags that you cut into circles. It can be either way. I had some round ones and I was wondering what to do with them. And I was scrolling through Pinterest one day, and I saw an ad for somebody selling some similar to what I've done, and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's anything else on that. And so I went and looked, and there wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of tutorials on it, surprisingly, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So it's not like it's anything real difficult, but you can do them a lot of different ways too. So we're going to do those real quick. They're pretty fast. One thing you need is glue, and then you can either sew. If you're going to use a button, you can sew the button on, or you can use like gem tack, which works on rhinestones and things like that. It holds to the plastic and doesn't peel off, though. It works real well. So I used the gem tack because I didn't feel like sewing it, and then just scraps of stuff. So I've got like a container of stuff. So I've got some buttons, and then just some little circle punches from various papers, and a little bit of lace, and then my circle tea bags. Now I just emptied these by just cutting a little notch in the back and then just emptying it out. I've seen people empty them that way, and then also on just the edge, just peeling it apart. This one's not in great shape. Technically, it doesn't really matter if it's in great shape or not. So these are circle ones. But if you don't have circle tea bags, because, you know, not everybody has circle tea bags, you can also just use a regular tea bag and just cut circles. Okay, I would just say use a die cut or just draw a circle and trace it out. A die cut works best. I tried to use my hole punch with a piece of cardstock behind it. It kind of worked, not ideally. And then just bits of stuff, thread or lace or, you know, whatever. I've got a couple little snippets from my snippet roll. A couple of those. Some of that. This is some paper that was in a candy box that I dyed. It's that big sheet of it, which I don't know if it's floating around here or not. I've used most of it, honestly. It's probably not in this pile anymore. It's probably in my junk box. I have a box that's like all junk for doing this. But you know what I mean. It's that bubbly paper. I don't know how to explain it. Bubbly paper. Oh, there's some. Okay. This stuff. Okay, except I colored it. So it's white normally, and I just color it. So you can use something like that. That's a good use of, you know, junk. Useful junk. You could use little pieces of cardboard torn off. If you've shredded any cardboard, this is kind of half shredded. Like a little piece of that would be pretty. Let's do some of that. So anything you want, really, that works. So, I'll show you this real quick, just in case you want to try it. Like I said, it doesn't work great. It kind of works. So if you take cardstock and you take your regular hole punch, let me find my coffee dye tea bags. Where are they at? Got a whole bag of them. There they are. But I think a die cut will work best. But not everybody has die cut. I mean, I just got one, so that's for sure. But take a tea bag. Try to find one that's a little on the stiffer side. Sometimes they're crunchier than others. And give it a little bit of support with something. That works best. and then you try to punch it out. Like I said, it's not ideal. My punch may not be super sharp, I don't know. But it kind of worked. I kept getting stuck with just that one edge, not releasing. But it almost works. So you can get yourself some circles, okay? But if you try to do it by itself, it'll never work. It can't cut through it when it doesn't have the support of a piece of cardstock behind it. Okay, so that's how you could get just regular circles if you don't have circle tea bags, and that will work just as well. Okay, and then if you're just using the regular circles, I would just line them up, and that way they're a little bit thicker, and then just kind of scrunch them and turn them into something like this. Just make it a little more scrunchy and interesting. You can do it as neatly as you want. You could make, you know, perfect little folds if you really wanted to do like a rosette kind of thing, but I think just scrunching it is fine. So just kind of walk around it, scrunch it. You can cut them too. You can cut little pieces, and like I said, I saw a couple of tutorials. One was by I'm going to say Michelle White. I'm pretty sure. I'd never seen her before. I just came across her on YouTube. And then I didn't know the other person at all. I don't even remember the name. But like I said, there wasn't a lot. Surprisingly, there wasn't a lot. Or I wasn't able to find them, which could be the case too. But anyway, all you need is a tea bag. So you just take your tea bag or your tea bags, whatever you have. And then I like to just kind of scrunch them just a little bit to give it just a little more texture. So I just kind of scrunch it all the way around with little folds. I tried gluing them. It didn't seem to really help one way or the other to glue it. Like if you take the little fold and just fold it over like that and then put just a little tiny bit of glue right there. I tried doing that, and it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't. So for one thing, the glue takes a bit to dry on these tea bags for some reason. I don't know why. But you can do that with just a couple little pieces just to kind of help it look a little more wrinkly. It looks better if it's just a fraction wrinkly. Okay, so do that. And then pick your next piece, whatever it might be. Maybe some little bit of lace. Okay, just a little bit of lace. And then I've got some thread. Did I do pink ones? Yeah, I didn't do any pink ones. Okay. We'll do a pink one. I'm going to try to get 2 out of this bunch of thread. And I just save my thread when I'm sewing, guys, or doing, you know, whatever. If you don't have any saved, you can always just pull it off the roll. You know, I had this little like kit that I got many years ago. It's got some colors in it. I never use this for anything. So it is good for if I just want a color. If I wanted some of this bright pink, it's good for just taking some off. Well, if you can get it started, it's good for it, because honestly, I have the worst time getting these things started. They're always just not right. I don't know why. This one is definitely not. Let's see if I can just cut it. Yeah, okay, there. So you can just pull some off, because there ain't much on these anyway. Just a teeny bit, and then just, you know, wrinkle it up and make a little batch of thread. So if you don't have any, and you happen to have, you know, a little sewing kit that you never use either, this is so old. And then the buttons, I got Dollar Tree. They sell these little things of buttons in this color and then browns. But you can get buttons anywhere. You may even have some. And then the hole punches I just punched with my little 1-inch hole punch. different. So pretty simple. I mean, in reality. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to stick in here. I don't see anything close to me. All right, I think this will do. So you can put the lace under the thread or over the thread. It's up to you. I think I'm going to put the thread on the back. And I think it's best if you kind of just get an idea of what you're doing first and then attach it. That tends to work best. It's got some pinks in it. Trying to do one with a little bit of pink in case I want to put it on a pink page. It's got a little bit. We'll use this one's got a little more. And then I've been crunching these a little bit too, just so they're not quite so plain. Just a little. Give them some texture. And then pick a button. Maybe this light pink one. Like that. And that's really all there is to it, guys. And then you layer them up. So do your first layer. And the thing you put on top will help hold that down. Well, in this case, the lace isn't going to do much better, but it'll hold enough. The center part kind of holds it all together. Okay, just glue it down. I'm going to glue this down. And they take a little bit to dry. I don't know, maybe, probably, I don't know, 10 minutes. They don't take a long time to dry. Even this gem tack on here, I noticed it's set up pretty fast. But like I said, you could sew it. You could totally just sew the button on. It would work. This is faster. So just squirt a tiny little dollop. Doesn't take much. Throw your button on there and let it just kind of squish into the holes. It dries clear, so try to get it in the center. Okay? And that is all you do. It's pretty easy. So I've done all these so far. So I've got several different colors. Browns and some greens and blues. Okay, let me zoom in just a fraction. Remind me to zoom back out though. Zoom in just a little bit. Pull up. Okay. So let's do one more. Let's do, no, I'm going to keep it with the other one. I don't want to do one with this because I might match two together. I'm going to do one more pink one with the tea bag. You can double these up too if you want a little extra texture. And then, I'm debating. I'll just go ahead and do it. I had one that was tore. Let me find it. Did I even pull it out of the bag? Is it this one? Oh, it's this one. All right. So you can take this and just cut. Not all the way to the center. Okay. And then ruffle that. Could even cut this one apart. It's got 2 layers technically. You could cut the layers apart. I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to bother because it's just too much work. But we'll ruffle that up a little bit. Get it scrunchy. They tend to fall back apart kind of on their own, but we're going to help it a little bit. All right, so we're going to do that just to give it a little more texture. So we'll do this. And we'll do this in the center, and it'll make it prettier even. Oops, come back over here. And then some more, I think some more of this pink thread. So I'm trying to kind of keep some colors that we're working with right now. A little pink thread. If you don't want to touch it with your fingers, use like a little silicone spatula thingy. Like one of these guys. Then you don't have to touch it with your fingers, but I personally don't care. I just touch it with my fingers. Maybe some lace. I've been rounding them. You don't have to. I've been rounding them just a little bit. Put a little bit of glue on there. Okay, that's pretty. And then one of these. Let's see, which one do I want? I might do a lighter one. Maybe that one. Yeah, and you can make them as grungy as you want. You could dye the edges if you wanted with some distress ink or something. I'm not getting super grungy with them. But they tend to start unwrinkling. They flatten back out. I don't know why, but they do. Let's see, which button do I want? Maybe that one. Where's my, I want my other glue. I want my gem tack glue for my button. The other glue will work. It just doesn't seem to hold as well. It's trying to release. So it hasn't set up yet. Once it sets up, it stops trying to release. If I feel like it's not gluing, I'll just shove a little more in there. Just make sure it's staying together. That one's not very centered, is it? Let's try to center it, kind of, sort of. Oh, that's probably enough. All right, so there's that one. So it's cute with the little cut roughly edges too. So that's really all there is to it. They're really not difficult, and you could make them probably 100 different ways. You know, different things in your room. Just look at your crafts and see what you got to throw in there. Okay, and then once it dries, so this is once it dries, I mean, that's on there. Okay, it's nice and secure. My thread's not so secure, but it's not going anywhere. It dries really well, and it seems very, very secure. Okay, we'll let these dry for a few minutes. Come back to them at the end. All right, but that was that. And then we're going to use them to decorate. And I'm just going to keep this stuff together. And I have a little container for any time I want to make more. All right. Okay, I'm going to get my lid back on this. My fingers again. So we've got all of our little cute little, these are sometimes called rosettes, sometimes flowers. So if you're trying to search for a tutorial or anything, I would put in tea bag rosette or tea bag flower, and you might come up with some things to see how other people may have done them. You may have more luck than me finding them. All right, so let me zoom back out just a little bit, and we're going to make some tags or something. Okay, so we'll save the pink for later because I might use those. I'm thinking I might use these on here. I don't know. I'm kind of debating if I want to use them on here or somewhere else. But they would look pretty on here. So, and they're not super, they look thick, but they squish perfectly well. So, but I might do that. I don't know. I was also thinking I have that tea bag. I have that doily in here, this one. And I was thinking it might look cute on the edge of that. Just like that. could even put it on both sides if I wanted. I don't know how thick that would be. It's a little thick, but that might be cute on the edge. Or I just use them all on these. And I've got plenty of colors to match. I made enough brown ones, so I got some brown ones. That one's pretty simple. Yeah, I like this one. But I do think they're pretty on there, and then I put something else there, I think. I just can't decide if I want them. I don't think I want them on the inside. Although I don't know what to do with this area, if it needs anything or not. I feel like it should have something. That's always the trick, isn't it? Figuring out what to put there. I'll figure it out. All right, so there's that one, and then there's the blue one. And the blue one, I made these two. I call it blue. It's really more like teal. So either I put it there. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. If I like it better here or inside. Now this is the center page, so I don't think it's going to be a huge deal if it does bulk out a little bit. Like if I had both of these in there, I don't think it's going to bulk it like too crazy. It'll be a little bit because of the buttons, but the buttons aren't crazy thick. They're just a little thick. All right, so, and these will be sewed in, so that's how these are going to stay once we put the journal together. Will be sewed in. Stuff all over the place. All right, so let's work on some tags. So I had these little woven ones, and I thought the colors worked well. But I got to do something else with them. So let's do these two to start with. We've got those two buttons. Let's move this. All right. I'm just going to set this up here. Kind of still here, but not in the way, hopefully. So what to do with these guys? So when you make these, they have a lot of loose edges, and it's tricky to get all the loose edges glued down, but try your best, because any loose edge that is not glued down will definitely snag when you're trying to put it in a pocket or something. So I just kind of make sure I go through and catch any of those edges that I missed when I was making them. And you can usually just kind of run your finger over it and find them. There's a video where I show doing these, in case you don't know how to do them. I mean, it's just a basic weave, so nothing too crazy difficult. And I just use scraps. Whatever scraps I have. It's a great way to get rid of your scraps. So I'm just kind of, see, like that one's not glued at all. I try to glue them when I make them, but I don't always. There's so many edges, sometimes you miss an edge. So it's very easy to miss an edge. Now, this will help once it's glued down, but you're still going to have this side. So the back side isn't as important as your front side, because we're going to put something back there. You don't have to, but it does give it a little more stability. So let's see how this one looks. There's a little piece. Not too bad. I think I got most of these. All right, so what can we do with these? Let's see. We need some backing paper of some sort, something that will look good with the page. I want to use the green because we already used that there. Let's see. Something a little more contrasty, maybe. What does the ephemera pack got? It's a little thicker paper. This one is a little thicker. Let's see what's in here. Most of these are too busy, I think. I don't want to go super busy. And I might use the craft, because the craft is kind of double-sided looking because it's got the solid. I don't have a lot of double-sided papers. So this is the haberdashery. These are all from Hobby Lobby. But with these papers, you get the design, and then it's craft on the back, but at least it looks finished and not just white. So I'm going to try to see if I can find one of these. It might blend in with this okay. There's plenty, I think there's plenty of browns on this page. Yeah, there's a decent amount of browns. These are mostly just brown. Let's see, flowers. I'm trying to look at this design. It's a little bit of a kind of a greenish tone. This rose might be good for the pink one, although I don't know if I'll need it. So some of them have glitter. Some of them do not. Some have embossing, some have glitter. I might cut that girl. I don't think you can see this whole thing. I might cut that girl out later. I'm thinking she looks cool. It'd be cool for a journaling card or something. Let's see if I have something in here. Maybe. It's got sparklies. I don't hate the sparklies. I am not a glitter person. I typically don't like glitter. At least not too much. I like it sometimes. We'll say I like it sometimes. I don't like it a lot though. Yeah, it just, I don't know. It looks weird to me. Never been crazy about the glittered pages. There's not a lot of backgrounds that would work. It's just so busy. I could get away with that. Maybe I'll just use regular cardstock. I don't think I have a green cardstock. I know I don't have a green cardstock. I have browns, but I don't have green. So I really only have so many options. Most of these are super busy. I'm leaning toward maybe this. It's only going to show just a little bit because I can't go too much bigger because the pocket isn't. I mean, I probably have an inch, so I could go 1/4 of an inch on all sides. I don't know, that's not terrible. Maybe I'll use that. I could even do, I think I want writing space on the back, so I think I want to use the plain on the back. And then this was in there too. I don't know which one it was. One of them. Okay. I'm looking at everything I have. Yeah, I wish I had cardstock that color, but I do not. So we're going to go with contrast. So just a little bit on the edge. I know it's got that there, but maybe by the time we ink it, it'll look the same anyway. Find me a chalk pencil. What is this? It's not a chalk pencil. It looks like a watercolor pencil. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It doesn't write well. There's my chalk pencil. We'll cut there. Can I get 2 out of it? Probably not. Let's see. Can I? If I don't go too big, I can. All right, we'll try to get 2 out of it. Out of that one cut. Let's see, where's my cutter? Oh, heavy, heavy, heavy. Okay, where can I put you so I can get this up there? guess it matters. It's 12, so it doesn't really matter. And then we'll do this one at 6. And I can trim those if I have to. I might have to glue the edge, but they can be trimmed. And then we got to figure out what to decorate them with. They could be plain, but we're going to decorate them just to do it up a little bit better. I think this will be pretty. I think I'm going to round them. It's not showing a lot on that top and bottom, so I'm going to trim it off. I'm just going to do this on the floor, guys. I'm just going to trim off that width a little bit. So I can get them to match up. One's bigger than the other for some reason. Okay, there. I feel like lifting that thing up again. All right, we're going to round them. So let's see. Let's just check our sizes. That's better. These might not be. No, they're close. They're not quite the same size though, because like I said, they're scraps. I don't measure these out or anything when I make these, so they're never the same size. So I'm going to trim this bottom one just a fraction, I think. So, I don't know. I'm debating. I think I can trim it. All right. I'm going to try to put that back up here. Okay. Get my workout. We're going to attempt to trim just a little teeny bit off of this. Hopefully it stays glued. Depends on how much glue is on there. Is that a better size? Yeah, that's better all the way around. Did it stay glued? Yep, not too bad. All right. And I think this one, because it was smaller, was okay. Just double check real quick. I'm going to trim it just a fraction. And sometimes because I do use scraps, these aren't exactly what I would call square. I try to cut them square, but sometimes they're not perfect. That bottom part is definitely not square, which I meant to check on that other one. Yeah, now it's square. Let's make sure this one's square too. Right, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. All right, this one looks good. All right, this one's fine. Okay, try this again. One more time. Okay. So we're going to do this. I think these will be pretty. Where is my corner rounder? Oh, it's right in front of you, girl. We'll see if these stay together. Not too bad. I just really like round corners for some reason. I don't know why. Just seems to be my thing. I think round corners snag less too when you're inserting them. So, for me, I like that. I am going to ink this up on the edges just to make it a little more even, because right now it's just got one side that looks inked because of the paper. So we'll use walnut. That's probably the closest thing I have to that. Walnut, yeah. Pretty close. Let me get a piece of cardboard because I want to get it in a little bit more. than normal. I need that darker ink. They've got one that they just released. What is it, Timber? I think it's Timber. I don't have it. But there's just sometimes I really want a darker one. That's close. I could add a little bit of black to it, but yeah. But I bet Timber would be pretty much perfect for this. Okay. It's enough that it won't be so noticeable. Should we do these two? Let's see. Sometimes it's easier to set it down like this and do your edges than it is to try to hold it like this and do them. Just depends on how flimsy the paper is. Oh, there's a spot that's not glued. Also helps you find unglued spots. All right, there's that one. Do this one. I might do the back of that paper too. Actually, I hadn't thought about that. And then I just got to figure out what on earth I'm going to put on these to tie it into our Paris theme. Something. I mean, granted, you know, flowers and butterflies always feels kind of like Paris anyway. Yeah, that's going to be very plain if I don't do something. Can I just do it like this? I should use my bigger one. Use my bigger one. It'll go faster. That one's getting a little dry. I might have to get me a re-inker on it. I don't think I have a walnut re-inker. I have a vintage photo re-inker. I don't have a walnut one. There. Almost, guys. I hate when y'all watch me ink. I know it's not fun. But it's just part of the process. Unless you're not an inker. Not everybody's an inker. Some people don't like ink on their edges. I do. Okay, so we've got those. One of these, let's see which one's which. Does it matter? Not really. Okay. Glue those down. And then we're going to decorate it with something pretty. Probably should have double checked to make these fit in my pockets. We'll go ahead and do this one and see if it fits. It should, but I did not double check it. Like I said, I feel like I had like a whole inch of room at least. All right, let's see if I can center this guy. Okay. And then pocket. Make sure it'll fit. Yes. It's going to stick out a little bit. I don't really care. If the lace sticks out too, it doesn't really matter. If I really wanted, I could have made them smaller, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not going to stress about it. How much is it going to stick out? I've got like, I feel like I've got a lot of room there. Let me just double check before we go too far. I don't care if things stick out some, as long as they don't stick out outside of our cover. So if it gets outside of my cover, then I might have an issue. But this is going to be right there on that edge. So yeah, we're still going to be fine. And like I said, I will be putting a lace on most of these edges, so it won't be so obvious that it sticks out there. If it gets, it really bothers me, the card could be put somewhere else and put something else there later. I don't know that I want to trim it any smaller. I kind of like being able to grab hold of it easier. So we're going to keep it big. Maybe I'll do the other smaller one. I don't know. I keep doing stuff too big. But they fit in the pocket fine. Otherwise, they are a little long. If you don't have the room in your cover, though, you might want to make yours smaller if you're doing one similar. Let's see if I can get this edge. I like the look of these woven ones, though. I don't know if that has a top or bottom. Not really. Neither one of these really have a top or bottom. They're kind of any direction. All right. That is good. It's very pretty just on its own, isn't it? I like the colors. The teal looks a little out of place because of all those colors, but that's okay because we're going to fix that with everything else. So that one's going to go there. Make sure, is it snagging? No. Okay. So that'll go like that. And it'll get sewed in. So it'll stick out about that much. I put a little bit of wax on this doily because it is sticking out. I was a little worried that all the handling might start tearing it. So I did try to kind of reinforce it with a little bit of beeswax. And I just did that with I just took like that. And I just took my beeswax and I just put it on the edges. And it doesn't do a lot, but if nothing else, it will waterproof it. So I think it will be less susceptible to getting damaged. I'm only worried about it because it is sticking out a little bit. So I did do that just on the very edge. I've seen people totally wax these doilies by like dipping them in wax or ironing them with wax paper or something. And that's interesting too for giving them a little more strength. I didn't do that though. We didn't do that, so it is what it is. Okay, so I really kind of like that there. It's like I like them on the inside, but that means that those two buttons are going to totally hit each other. And how much of a bulk is that going to be, you know? Because they're going to line up and hit. Like I said, it is the center, so there's probably a decent amount of room. But I also like them here. They look good on both sides, honestly. But here, then they're not really. They're still in the same spot, technically. So in reality, you're going to get the same, you know, the same distance issue. But I do kind of feel like it finishes off that center nicely. So I might put them there. What else can I put there? Let's see. Let's look at our ephemera and stickers and stuff. Paris stuff. Do we have anything here? That's got a little bit of that color. have a lot of that color, but we're going to see if we have anything that just screams. I need to grab my ephemera. That's what I need to do. And look at that. I've got a whole bunch of ephemera. It's blue. Okay, so oh, I grabbed thread bits. I didn't want thread bits. I wanted Paris. I thought I grabbed Paris. Oh, there it is. I was like, didn't I grab Paris? I kind of did. All right, I know I had this one that has some blue in it. I'm going to set these aside for right now. Could I do something with that? I don't want to use the whole thing. If I cut the building out, I lose the blue sky. I don't want to put it on the back because that's for writing. I could put it here, possibly, and just cut it out some. I don't know. We'll think about that. It might be too much. I don't have a lot of colors. I think this is what I was running into last time. There just isn't a lot of colors. All right, let's grab my ephemera book. Let's see what's in there. I don't remember if I pulled most of it out or not. I don't think I did. I know I have this one. Let's see. What do we got? Got flowers. Journey, flowers and butterflies. Could always put a butterfly or two. Let me see if any of these colors, any of these colors work. That dragonfly is not terrible. And that one little butterfly is not terrible. Might do that. These are pretty, but they're really puffy. Too puffy. All right, what's in here? We have this blue one. These are pretty. I know it doesn't say Paris or nothing, but I guess everything doesn't have to say Paris, right? But they are pretty. This is, what set is this? Do I have the label here? Let's see. Nope. Nope. I know it's 49 in Market, but I don't know which one. I don't know what the name was. At least I'm 90% sure it's 49 in Market. It might not be, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm surprised I didn't label it. Usually I try to. So I only have ones of those size flowers then. I've got the leaves, which would work too. I could just do the leaves on the other side. What does that say? It says lovely. I could maybe put that there. Oh, you can't see that. I always forget my screen isn't as big as it needs to be. I was thinking I could put maybe a word on the page. And then, let's see if it fits. This doesn't have to be exactly in the center. Could be though. And so this maybe on one of these. And then maybe a word. It's a little big. We'll think about that. All right, I set that up there. What is this one? Good. Nah. Not doing anything for me. All right, so let me see if I have any more of that. Oh, it is 49. Here's the label. I knew I had it somewhere. It is called Viking. V-I-K-E-N. Don't know why it's called Viking. what it's called. This is like the label, but it's got some pretty flowers on it. I wonder if I already used these flowers. It has these. Pretty. I could probably cut them out. I could probably cut that tag out. So that's a possibility. Some of these are just bits and pieces from magazines and such. All this stuff here. All right, so not a lot there. I thought I pulled all of my ephemera out, but maybe I didn't. I don't think I have any baseboards. Let's see. I know I have a bunch of butterflies in here. Nothing else. Could put a couple of butterflies. A couple of stamps. Where'd those tweezers go? There they are. Over there. That one's got that color green in it. This is from that same set. So is that. I don't know what it's doing in here, but that's what it's from. It's totally from that set. Okay, where are all those butterflies? You know what? I bet I put them in that nature one. That's probably what I did. I've split my ephemera up because it was getting too heavy in this one. I had it in this, all in this one, and it was getting too heavy, and I couldn't deal with it. So I split it up into more into themes. Like there's a nature one now, and there's kind of a vintage one, and then there's this one. So, which is good, but it's also bad because then it means it's harder to find everything. So then I have to figure out which one it's in. Alright, I don't see anything else in that one, so it must be in my nature one, which is Ed Hardy, I think. That's a good color. I'm just going to pull some stuff and then we'll figure out how to make our tags and everything. I think if I stick with flowers, and this whole page is the Viking stuff. So we've got more of these stamps. Not directly French or anything, but that's okay. There's some bows. Pull a few bows out. And what do these say? Together, memories, happy days, this day. Okay. Oh, those are pretty too, aren't they? I like those. Okay. All right. To start with. Okay. Let's see if we can get something put together. I still feel like I need something in there that's some more Paris, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to figure that out. Okay. So I think I'm going to use these for some for the tags. So we got to decorate our tags with something. Think about that. And then we're going to decorate this with something. So this is, we're just going to do this one color because we're not going to get any further than that. I can see that already. I can see that happening. So, I like these. or something. I know I have Paris written in words on that one paper. Let me see if I can grab it. So I have this paper that's got a bunch of fonts. So maybe we can use some of that. What else do I have? No. Okay, where is my little one? Paris, Paris, Paris. Farmhouse. Paris. This is Paris Random Bits. What do we got in here? I don't know why I've labeled it Paris, but for some reason I did. So some of these probably won't work on this really busy background because if they're too see-through. Maybe we'll put one of these girls on here. Got some people. Her. Her. They might be pretty. We'll think about it. Who else do I have? Little girl and gentleman, and then that portrait, which I don't really want a portrait. Too busy. All right, this I'm gonna put on the, I think the doily, but this, oh, I gotta have my tweezers. I can't pick anything up. I like the butterflies. I don't know if they stand out enough. Oh, got a little one there. That's for the doilies, I think. And that might be for the doilies too. I don't know if I like the words on those. It says captured. I guess it's like for capturing a picture. I don't know. It's not doing it for me though. So that's not big enough. I'm trying to see if I could cut any of these out. Don't have a lot of options that I could cut out. I don't mind the butterflies, but I don't think they're standing out enough. Yeah, I don't think those are going to work. We're probably just going to use these somewhere else. So, what's that? That's going to be too thin because it's washi. Washi will see through too much and that'll never work. So definitely not the washi. I'll jump back over on that ephemera and see if I see some better butterflies. That one's not too bad because it has the white, but these just don't seem to show. I had this one dragonfly. It might show. She looks so sad. She also feels like she's looking the wrong direction. She just looks so sad. I don't know if I have any other people. I'm not sure about the dragonfly. It's not terrible, but I'm not feeling it either. All right. I know I have more butterflies. All right, let me look real quick. That's blue. No. What are all my butterflies? I have a whole page of butterflies somewhere. They seem to be hiding very well. Not in there. Oh my goodness, don't fall out. Gotta be in here. I have these. Let me grab this. It's too much stuff in such a little space. All right. So, I'm not sure about the people. I don't know. I'm off screen again. Sorry. Just scooch over. That one goes in that better, I think, with her clothes. I could possibly use a crayon to color her flowers or something. But those are too dark to tint much. But that's not terrible. What else? Maybe. To have more of that. I don't have any little. Oh, there's all my butterflies. That one's too big. Color's not bad, but it's huge. I saw one here. What is in here? I might put some of these flowers. That tree's pretty too. And that's the label. Okay. I feel like it's too small. What's in here? Some of these are so hard to get out without tearing them up. Think about that one. I'm just trying to give them a little more texture. I don't want this whole thing though. I like it over. I think I like this one over. Maybe just a little bit. All right, I need to find a better butterfly. I'm sure there's something I can use. Oh my goodness. Try to get all these pieces out. Once you start taking all the pieces out, then you got this mess to deal with. But I try to keep them in as long as I can because they're easier to find. All right, let's go back to our butterflies. There's got to be a better butterfly here somewhere. So if we do the green, those I think are too little. There weren't any more here, right? I didn't miss any, right? You stay there, I'm gonna lose you. I don't see any more. All right, I don't see any. Okay, so I really like that color. Is it too big? The color is good, but it's a little big. Don't think I have another one that's small enough. The color's not as good, but it's not as big either. I don't know. I just don't like the color. It doesn't pull in any of that green or blue. That's all my butterflies, I think. There's a few in here. Do I see one in here? Let me see. This one's not terrible. Oh, it blends too much. Some of these really just blend too much and they don't show up. I don't know. I'm still leaning toward that one. I don't care if it's big, I guess. Maybe we'll just leave it big because the color works. Sometimes you got to sacrifice the size for the color. So we'll go with that, I think. Let's see. This is having a hard time deciding. All right, and then I want to put some words. So maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to use the butterfly just because. Why not? And then do I want to cut them or do I want to, where's my big scissors? This is just a digital. I can make another one. But I'll give us some words. And we'll make it look better. Okay, how about that word and maybe, looking at the size, maybe this one. Try to cut that little circle out maybe. I know these are horribly not straight, but I'll try to straighten them up a little bit. Ouch. Paper cut. There. Now it says Paris. I'm going to get it to be Paris some one way or the other. Maybe I can cut these out. We'll see. Cut 2 of these. I don't think my hole punch will work on it, but I could try. I don't even think I have that size. It's an odd size. Yeah, I don't. It's too small for my 1 inch. Yeah, that won't work. Not that it works when you've got it cut out already anyway. That's fine. We'll just go in the circle. I will fussy cut. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. If I stay on the outside of the black line, nobody will know. Okay, there. I'm just going to stick this somewhere, maybe down here. These say Tour Eiffel on them. Stick that one into there. Something like that, I think. Is it starting to look like a tag? Hopefully. I don't think I have anything else. I'm looking. Other than just snippets and things. Those stamps. I don't like the words on these stamps. They're not horrible, but oh, if they were like in French or something, then it would be better. But that's the only thing that is bugging me on those. I think I'm going to use the bows on the other thing. So I do have more bows somewhere. Let me see if I have a small green one. I felt like I saw one. That was in ephemera. Alright, I'm going to lay it on top. No, that's going to be hard to do. Here, we're going to scoot it over. Back to the back. Where are you at? Oh, it was in nature, wasn't it? Was it? Too many files. It's in nature, which is Ed Hardy, which is there. Okay, I found it. I know I have a little bow. Thanks, Dawn. Appreciate it. Alright, I saw some bows in here. See if there's a small enough one. Not sure, there might not be. How would that look on her dress? Let me see. Stay. It's falling apart. Don't fall apart. Stay together some so I can try things out. I saw this one. Let's see if this one will. I thought it might look cute on the dress. Alright, so butterfly there. Tag there. Flowers there. What about this little bow? I might rethink that. Maybe with a better color. This has green, but it also has white. Let's see if I can get it off. It's a little bit smaller. Just use your tweezers because it's too hard. A little bit smaller. I could put that bow on her waist. That's cool. I think it's cool anyway. And then I saw the brown bow. I don't know if it'll look good on hers. Her waist isn't quite as defined. We'll take it out and see what it looks like. Not there. Doesn't really work as well on hers because it's in front too much, I think. I like it on that one though. I'll leave it on that one. Now I got no place to put you. Going over there. Okay. All right. I think trying to debate if that's enough stuff. I think it's enough stuff. All right. Don't care up your doily. All right, doily, stay there. Falling down on me. All right, let's start gluing. See what we got. See if it looks cool. All right, I need inks. I'll move you there. Walnut. Don't know if I could dye her bows. Probably not very well. We'll just leave them white. we're not gonna go into all that. I could try to put the crayon on there and see if it will work, but honestly, it works best if you put a collage medium on the paper doll first, and these are not collaged, so we're just not gonna bother. I don't know if I want to ink these a lot or not. I guess we'll cut back the white a little bit, since this is very vintagey. This, I'll hide that unround surface, and we'll do this. Well, I'm gonna get something done. Y'all know me, I'm so slow. Such a slow crafter. I'm just mostly hitting the edge. I'm not gonna bother with that, but I'll do this. I'm only doing this because it would kind of camouflage that I'm not got a perfect circle. Okay, let's try that. Thin paper is always so hard to ink. Okay, start gluing. So I think I want this in front of her dress. I want this on the front. Yeah, I was going to put it behind, but I think I'll put it in front. So we'll put her first. I hope this will still go in the pocket easy. A little bulky. I'll try to make sure that the edges are glued relatively well. Okay. Keep her on the lower side. And then make sure I have room for that. I'm just going to cover that one foot up a little bit. I'm debating on where I want this. She's kind of wintry. Not that it's a big deal. She's probably out, honestly, both of these are probably out of my Christmas set. I don't have a lot of paper dolls. I don't get them very often. I think I have the Halloween set and the Christmas set. Okay. See if I can figure out where I was going to stick that. Now I don't know. That's okay. We're just going to put it somewhere. It's just adding texture. Just make sure I got my edges down. It's the only thing I'm worried about is where it goes into the pocket. Make sure that hopefully it won't snag. It's definitely a kind of a hodgepodge, but you know, I think it still has a little bit of a Paris feel. All right, little antennae. I need my rag. Okay. This is very crooked, but I don't care. We go over that edge. Just like that. All right, so same thing, that's going to go in front. This is just going to go off to the side. Bow's going to go on her dress, so she goes first. Make sure the bottom edge is nice and secure. Pull her pretty far down. This one's going to be fun. I'm going to use my tweezers. Sounds very windy outside. The house is kind of groaning. We have a crazy cold front coming in. It was so warm. It was in like the 80s. And then it was like 40s. And tonight it's supposed to get down to like, they said there was a frost warning, but I looked and it looks like we might get down to maybe 38, which isn't too bad, but I don't think my plants will die anyway. So I was worried because all my flowers are blooming. You know, typical Georgia weather. It's warm, it's not warm. Okay, that's good. I know some people got snow this week. Isn't that crazy? It's so crazy. Okay, get our little bow so I don't forget. Put a lot of glue. That's okay. I really wanted to seal those edges. It'll dry clear. Okay. And this guy. And then we'll get hopefully we'll try to get the doilies decorated and get this one done at least. Debating how high I want to go. Think about there. All right, Paris. Okay, that's not too bad, considering I had no clue. Alright, let's get the other things. Well, those are dry. I'm going to let those dry a little bit before I try to stick them in the pockets. Otherwise, all that excess glue will cause problems. So I'll set those up there. I'll pull this stuff down here. Oops, this is the wrong one. Where's the blue one? Oh, there it is. Come here. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with these on, I think, the inside. So, I'm going to use this here. just so pretty. I'm just gonna put that there, I think. I don't think I'm gonna ink. I don't know if I want to ink it. I kind of like it white. Get that little piece. Yeah, I don't think I want to ink it. So I'm gonna put that there. Do I have holes? No. Just making sure I didn't have any holes to contend with. I don't. Okay. This does have writing on it. Goes that way. It's pretty. It doesn't have to have a lot. We're going to put this guy. Do I want to use this? I'm debating on my glue. It should be okay. I've got some vellum there. Not vellum, but tracing paper, which is pretty much the same. I might throw my acetate in the pocket just for a second if I can find it. There it is. I don't think it'll go through my tracing paper, but it might. But I don't think it will. So I'm just going to play it safe. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going through. Okay. So we're going to put that one there, and we're going to put this one here. So, yeah, no glue on there, but just play it safe. I'm not going all the way to the outside edge. That way it'll still, stick up a little. Try to get these in about the same spot. Okay, that's good. And then I wanted to do, okay. I want to do just the little flower, I think. We'll do this one. I didn't have another one of the other flowers, or I would have put that. But same color tones and everything. It's going to be a little harder since I already put the button on this first. Anytime you're putting something with raised texture to your other side first. Otherwise, it might be a pain. So, I'll try my best, even though I've got that on there. I'm debating on the direction. I think I like that. So we're going to have to finagle it around the button. And then maybe a couple of these little butterflies or something. I don't like those particular stamps though. So about in here, maybe here. Where's my tweezers? Debate if I want it over here. Over here. It shows it better here, I think. It's a little tricky. It's not sticking. I know the art glitter will stick to it, just takes a second. All right, that's not bad. Okay, leave that there. Do I have one on the other side? Let's put one on the other side. See how it looks. Maybe we'll do him half and half. Cute. All right, I think that's cute. Let's see if we need anything else. I did have the lovely I thought about putting up there, but it's just, I don't like it. It doesn't quite work. I might, if I find words that work later, I'll put them there, but for right now I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. And then these, have they dry yet? Glue everywhere. Almost tempted to let me see if I can clean this off. The Tim Holtz paper dolls do have a little bit of a shiny surface that's pretty resistant to water. It's a little bit better. Okay. All right. If it really bugged me, the shininess, because you can see where the glue is, what I can do is coat the whole thing with matte varnish, which I would use my Liquitex matte varnish and just coat the whole thing, and then that paper doll and the glue showing wouldn't have any issues, because you can see where the glue was smeared just a little bit. Like I said, that the water takes it off a little bit. This is just a chamois, so it's got the slightest bit of dampness to it. I can't do this on everything. I can only do it on the paper dolls because, like I said, they have a little bit of a coating. But I think I might end up varnishing it just to clean it up. It's not bad, but slides in okay. Not snagging too bad. All right, so that goes to there. So the parasols stick out just a little bit. And this one here, I'll stick out about that much. So that's cute. I feel like I need something there. I just don't know what it would be. I've got a couple more of those bows. The colors are just too close. I don't feel like they stand out enough. I don't know. I'll keep looking and see if I see something that I like for that area, because I feel like it needs maybe something. I just don't know what it is yet. And I'll put those back in my pouch or something. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I try to put them back in here, but... Oh, it's not this one, is it? It's the other thing. I keep forgetting. I separated these. Right. There, and this one. So I'm just going to try to slide them in. They need a pouch. I just don't have one handy. We'll just stick them in there for now. So. Okay. Oops. Totally missed too. I'm going to be finding them all over my floor because I'm dropping things. All right. How's that look? It took a while. It took longer than I wanted it to. They always do. Our pink ones are dry now. So you can see those dried within that time period. But granted, we were here for a while, but they are totally dry and ready to go. So we'll stick those on the pink one. Probably in much the same fashion. I may go ahead and just put those. No, I don't want to put them in because then it makes decorating it too hard. I'll put those last because if I put them in now, I'm trying to look for a wipe. My pen won't go in. If I put them in now, it'll make it too bumpy. So we'll do those later. But that is that spread. I think that turned out cute. Okay. So pretty simple, but gets the job done. Y'all like it? Hopefully y'all like it. Everybody's so quiet. Half of you have fallen asleep. I know Dawn probably already fell asleep, although it is Friday. But if you didn't catch the whole thing, catch the replay. All right. Y'all take care. That's it. I'm not going to be on Sunday, guys, again, because I have another birthday party. Like I said, we have a ton of birthdays in March and April and July, so the whole spring. But we have another birthday to do, so we're doing that. So I will not be on Sunday. I will be on next Wednesday probably. And then if I do anything in between, I'll try to video it and just put it up for y'all. All right, guys. Dawn's still awake. Look at you, girl. It's late and you're still awake. All right. I will see you guys soon. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks, Deborah.